Everybody, my name's Johnny Brock. I am going to do a video, and it's going to be how to get your insurance license and get rolling in this field, okay? But what I need you to understand is that this is how you, as an individual, as a person, can create financial freedom. If you're not doing anything with your life, either join the military or get your insurance license and let us show you how to become successful and financially free. Okay? So, first off, before you worry about learning any details that, let's say you're going to sell health insurance or life insurance, don't worry about those details. Don't worry about health insurance and how it works. Don't worry about life insurance, term, whole life, all that stuff. Don't worry about it until you get licensed, okay? Now, how do you get licensed? Your first step is going to be pre-licensing exam. Pre-licensing exam, you're going to go to exceltesting.com. Exceltesting.com is going to have, don't do the Premier. Do not do the Premier. Go to exceltesting.com. Go to the basic life and health in your state. You're going to click, it's going to say, it's going to have a drop-down menu of the state that you're going to be in and the category, life and health. You're going to click search, whatever, and then you're going to click on like a basic. There's a Premier one that's like $300, and then there's another one that's like $200. You're going to click the one that's $203. You're going to put the code word gurus in, which is going to drop it down to right at $100. Okay, that code word right there is going to get you what you need to get $100 off of your pre-licensing exam. Okay, I want you, if you want to know secrets about how to pass this exam easier, faster, and make sure that you're not wasting your time on things you don't need to waste your time on, DM me on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. I'm Johnny Brock. So on a lot of those, it'll be The Real Johnny Brock. So just DM me, and I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. Or you can shoot me an email, johnny@bobbybrockinsurance.com. Okay? So the next thing is, once you pass the pre-licensing course, you're going to get a certification. Okay? Once you get that certification, you're going to go to what's called Pearson VUE. So you just type in Pearson VUE online. I can't stand this board, but Pearson VUE online, and that's going to help you register for your state license exam. Okay? All this is going to cost a little bit of money. You got to invest in yourself. You got to invest if you want to be the best. All right, now, state exam. You have as many times as you want to pass this exam. I know people that have failed it 6 times, and now they're making multiple 6 figures, if not millions of dollars a year. Okay, but you should be able to pass it the first time. If you message me, I will teach you how to pass it the first time. The state license exam through Pearson VUE. That's how you register, is through Pearson VUE, okay? You pass the state exam, all you need is 70, all right? Once you pass the state exam, then you're going to get what's called a NPN. Once you get your NPN, your national producer number, then we can get you contracted. You're going to need to get your contracts through certain carriers, Aetna, United Healthcare, Humana, WellCare, Mutual of Omaha, Manhattan Life. You're going to need Medicare Advantage contracts. You're going to need Medicare Supplement contracts. Okay, some companies do those in the same contract. Some of them don't. We'll guide you through that entire process. Or if you don't use us, hopefully your upline will. If they won't, then you need to use us, okay? Contracting. You're going to get your contracts. Once you get your contracts going, that's going to be a couple of days of paperwork, filling out electronic contracts and applications, sending them in. Some of them will take longer than others. I got some that'll be back and ready to sell in 24 hours. I got some that'll take 2 weeks, all right? It all depends on the carrier. Once you get your contracts done, once you fill them all out, right? Then you're in the ready-to-sell training status, right? So once you get to this point, then you go into Go Guru University, you go into our YouTube channel, at Justin Brock's YouTube channel, whoever, wherever. If you got a good upline, they should be training you. But at that point, that's when you go to start training. You're going to need to learn these products, but above all, we've already laid it out so you can play it out. All of this stuff is already on YouTube, okay? It's already there. When you get ready to sell and you're in that training phase where you've done all these contracting, license, and pre-licensing, all that's done, then it's time to train. And you'll be training for years. But to get to the point where you're making money and you're helping people with their Medicare or under 65 health insurance, there's not that much that you need to learn. You'll learn the rest of it as you go. The biggest key here is that when you are training, you don't need to know every single minute detail before you start talking to people. The best way to train is to talk to people. You're going to figure out things that you need to know, then you're going to go and figure it out, and you're never going to have to ask somebody about it again. You're going to be good to go. Okay? Now, I do want to touch briefly on something. With the contracting side, you have GA, which is a general agent where you get paid by the carriers, and the upline gets an override off of you. And then you have what's called LOA. Some losers will tell you never go LOA. Some people would be right. But when you're talking about a good organization like ours, where people have never had a startup cost, they don't have to pay for anything, they get all the training, all the technology, the systems and process, all the leads, and a brand to work with, LOA is a phenomenal way to go. We've got people that make multiple six figures, they've never had a startup cost in their life, and now all they do is sit at their desk all day and help people with their Medicare and health insurance and life insurance, and they make great money. That's the way to go if you have somebody to help you with it. If you don't have an agency to work for as LOA that is a good agency, and I would be happy to help you, go through those options and see which direction you need to go in. If you don't have that as an option, go GA and talk to people.
What do they stand for?
GA stands for General Agent. LOA stands for Licensed Only Agent. So a GA would basically, you're an independent agent. You are your agency. Your name is your brand. Your name is who the client is dealing with. LOA would be like you would be under Bobby Brock Insurance. So Bobby Brock Insurance would be the name brand and you would be under them. So we'll just put I'm LOA to BBI. The owner of Bobby Brock Insurance is LOA to Bobby Brock Insurance. It's just the way that it goes. They have we have an S Corp. Bobby Brock Insurance is what we do business as. But you're an LOA under that agency. So when you write business, the agency gets the money. So they get paid. And then they pay you. Right? So like if you come under Bobby Brock Insurance as an agent, as an LOA agent, the carrier's not paying you. The agency's paying you a commission off of what you sell. Right? So the reasons to go LOA would be lead flow, if you have all the leads that you need, systems and processes, and office, phones, things like that are paid for. If somebody asks you to go LOA, make sure you look at your contract. If you go LOA under somebody and they're not providing you leads and systems and processes, then they're screwing you. So you should be GA. If you're going to be paying for everything and doing everything yourself, why are you giving somebody part of your commissions? It doesn't make sense. All right, so this is a simple 4-step process on how to get licensed and how to, really begin becoming financially free. This right here, the determining factor is to vet who you're dealing with. If you're dealing with Bobby Brock Insurance from a GA level, we have 5,000 downline agents who utilize just our contracting department, because when they contract with us, we're their upline and we give them systems, processes, trainings. We give them a lot of stuff, right? And then the carriers pay them. But if they're an agent like Dustin behind the camera, who is going to come on as LOA, he's going to be a licensed only agent. So he will work for Bobby Brock Insurance and his leads will come from Bobby Brock Insurance, and he'll have everything. He'll never have to pay a dime. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now, he'll be making $200,000 or $300,000 a year. That's the goal, right? So ultimately, there are some places where this right here is a good fit, and there are some where this is a good fit. The best thing to do is to seek advice from somebody that you trust in and let them help guide you in the process. But this is the way to do it. Any questions?
People work for Bobby Brock as that top one?
Yes, it's called a downline agent. So Bobby Brock Insurance is a hierarchy. So you have hierarchies, and they are GA, right? So we have 5,000 people in our hierarchy, but those people have to pay for everything because they're getting all the commissions. Why would we pay for their leads if they're not? Why would we pay for somebody's leads when we could give them to somebody who's LOA and we get 80% of the commissions off of it. So the people that are LOA, they never have to worry about anything. Honestly, the best thing to do is go LOA if you've got a great organization to get behind. If you want to be worth $50 million, then you probably need to go GA and figure it out. If you don't care to be worth $50 million, going LOA under a great organization is the way to go.
Can you switch between the two? Like,
If you go LOA and you make a deal with the Bobby Brock Insurance, for example, or whoever, then when you go LOA, you'll sign a contract, an LOA contract, and within that contract, it can be stated that you have a non-compete. But there will also be terminology written in there, like in our contract, we state that if you decide that you want to leave, as long as there's a good relationship there and you're not leaving to try to screw us, we will help you go and start your own thing and just be under Bobby Brock Insurance hierarchy at that point. But one thing we don't do is we don't train people for 5 years, let them build up a bunch of money because they never had to pay for anything, and then leave us and try to take our clients. We're not supporting that.
take the leads with them.
Well, they wouldn't take the leads with them, but what they would do is they would try to take the client base that they've built up over the past 5 years and then go sell them as GA. We're not supporting that. The best thing, what we want people that want to be here for 20 years and build a career and then ride off into the sunset with a great retirement and you know, a good amount of money. We don't want people that, if you want to be GA, go GA. We'll train you on that too. But if you want to be LOA to us, we want people that are going to, you know, be happy with a great income, never having to worry, never having the stress of being a business owner. Being a business owner is not that much fun, you know, unless you really, really want to be very, very wealthy and you're okay with all the stress, then being a business owner is not for you. But if you do want all that, then it could be for you. But in the end, neither one of these are bad options, but as a GA, it's a lot of a lot of people are going to want to go GA. However, if you've got a great organization to go under and learn how the business works, you can go LOA. But you got to make sure that up front you talk to the people about how you may want to go and do your own thing at some point. But I don't think that you should. If you come under an organization and you're making, you know, a good amount of money and then they teach you everything, I think you should stick with them. I think you should be loyal to them. Loyalty is something that I despise disloyalty. I admire loyalty a lot. So, you know, if somebody brings you in, helps you become financially free, and then you want to leave them and do your own thing, you know, you can do that, but you need to leave them and go and start another branch of their business. You need to help them expand, help them grow. You'll make more money that way, but if you go off and you try to just do your own thing and you say screw them, I don't see that as being right. So let me give you a scenario. You go LOA under Bobby Brock Insurance. 10 years later, we're growing, we're expanding. 5 years later, we're growing, we're expanding, whatever. And you say, hey, why don't I open up a shop in Baldwin, right? I can run this, I can run an office for you. And then you go and open up an office with Bobby Brock Insurance, the name of the office. And then, you know, whoever is the runner of that shop, you got 2 people working in that shop, just like we have 2 people working in the Gary Alford shop in Olive Branch. We are going to invest in that location and we're going to still pay for everything, right? And then that person is going to have a little bit more equity in that location and in that business that's located in a different spot than where we're currently at. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which direction you go in. If you ain't making any money right now, you should get into the insurance industry, and this is how you do it. So email me, Johnny@BobbyBrockInsurance.com, or shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook, just The Real Johnny Brock.